Good afternoon, happy Tuesday, and welcome to Coffee and a Card. And today we actually get to make a coffee card, so that will be fun. Yes, happy Tuesday. Now, I know I've heard from some of you that Iowa is apparently in the news for the weather that we are currently having. So it's a little stormy outside, I will say. I do love a good thunderstorm, but hopefully it won't become a tornado. We are currently under a tornado watch, I think it is. Whatever the lower level of the two, watches and warnings. So we'll see. If the sirens go off, I might have to disappear. But for now, it's just pouring down rain. Lots of thunder and lightning. Oh man, I do love a good thunderstorm. So I'm pretty happy that this is happening in the middle of the day. So as long as it just stays a thunderstorm and nothing else. All right, so welcome everybody who's coming in here today. I am happy that you are here, whether you're watching live or later on the replay. So I am going to start with opening some Happy Mail, and then we're going to take a look at Latte Love and make a card with it as well. So let's get started with some Happy Mail. So Happy Mail, of course, is what I call it when y'all send me a card, because I love showing off your creativity, and it makes me happy to know that you're crafting. So that's really my goal here, is to provide you with ideas and encouragement to get you crafting. So this first one is from Amy Siegler in Florida. This beautiful card. Let me move over here so I can still see the card and talk to you guys. Look at that beautiful coloring. That is gorgeous. Using different blends there, and you can see in the background that is the new eyelet embossing folder that's coming in the annual catalog. So oh, somebody's telling me the difference between watch and warning, because I always forget. So taco shells in a pile, that's a watch. And then maybe if it becomes a taco, then it's a warning. Is that what you're saying? Oh yeah, so the warning is the tacos put together, loaded and ready to go. That makes a lot of sense. So taco ingredients versus actual tacos. That makes sense. So I guess we're just at the ingredient level right now. Okay, this card is from, ooh, it's hard to see the name. Let's see here. There's no name on the inside. The post office, like, stamped right over the person's name. Terry Exton, I think. Says just a note. Using the daisy paper, which is so cute. Oh, somebody's asking about the flowers on here. Oh, it's upside down. It's a new set that's coming out. And there's masks that go with it, but I don't remember the name of it. I have a lot of learning to do in the new catalog, but this is in the upcoming annual catalog. Okay, the next one is from somebody without a name. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. You know that tickle you get in your nose? Oh, okay. There's no name on this one. Let's see if they put a name on the inside of the card. No. Sorry, somebody who lives in Alabama. And it says, words fail to express my gratitude. So, oh, and then it opens down. I don't know if that's supposed to be this way. I like that. Actually, I think it's kind of fun that it opens down. So, anyways, words fail to express my gratitude. Super cute card. Okay, next we have one from, oh my goodness, I can't read the name. Is Montana? I try really hard to be able to give you guys credit on your cards. But the return address, I don't know. I'm so sorry. But we have this card here, and it says, celebrate you, with the vintage looking vases there. It's blank on the inside. But that is really pretty. I like the speckles all over it as well. Okay, our next card comes from Deborah Ludwig in Minnesota. And, oh, I'll put her letter here. And it says, "There's no one quite like you." And then it opens this way. "You make a difference every day." How fun is that? Featuring so many different patterns of designer series paper. I love it. That is a really fun card. Okay, and last but not least, oh, one from one of my team members, Linda Dunsworth in Tennessee. And it says, "Thank you," with the little birds on there. Look at that, the folded birds. That's so cute. And it says, "That was so sweet of you." And she's got her little bird there in the corner as well. That's fun. All right, well, thank you. Thank you for the cards. Thank you for letting me show off your creativity. I definitely enjoy that. And we, like I said, we are going to be making a card today using Latte Love. So I just opened this morning, and I know it's been out for a month or two, but I'm just now today working with it. So I am going to put this down. I can totally see using this for an upcoming class or something, but I've just been a little behind the times, so I'm just now getting to use it. And yes, see, Kathy, I'm doing it for Kathy. Kathy says she's in snowy Colorado. I wore a snow shirt just for you. Because we're over here getting hail and rain and, you know, fun stuff. So you got to have the weather shirts. All right, so Latte Love is what is called an online exclusive. And what that means is it is not in one of our catalogs. So whenever you hear this term online exclusive, it just means that you're not going to find it in print. So there are certain items that Stampin' Up! Is choosing to just release online. And so by shopping my online store, you're able to see some of these. When you go to the link up above, you can click on what's new, you can click on online exclusives, and you can see what's available in that category. And so the zinnias, which I've showed you before, that was another online exclusive, okay? So Latte Love is also, excuse me. So there's a stamp set and then a coordinating set of dies as well. And you guys know I do love my coffee, even though I don't drink it as much these days. I love coffee and I love tea. And so I think both of these can work, whether you're a coffee drinker or a tea drinker. Because right now I'm really into tea lattes. And you can still do all this beautiful latte art with tea. So it's kind of perfect. Now I'm going to pair it with the deckled rectangles for my card. And then we also have this, a little latte designer series paper. So this is, I showed you guys this paper, I think, when it first came out. And now I'm finally getting a chance to play with it. So I've got some coffee rings, coffee beans, fun little checkered background. Here's some different coffee cups. Little coffee cups on the back. We've got the splatters of coffee, which is what my desk and counter always look like when I'm drinking coffee. Oh, I like that background. And then you've got some of kind of the latte swirls here in different colors. And you got the hearts and the latte art, and then the marble again with coffee beans on the back. And then also in this suite is a set of embellishments here called the swirl dots, and I'm going to hold those up here because I think you can see the swirl on each of those. There's 3 different colors there. Okay, so those are the products we're using, so let's start our card. So I'm going to be using these 2 sheets of designer series paper, and I'm going to be using Early Espresso, Lost Lagoon, and Basic White. So where we're heading with this card is right here. Let's catch up. So we will just work on this card. All right, I'm going to start with our card base. So it is Early Espresso, and it measures 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. So we'll start with 4 1/4. So just scoring it in half like a regular card base. And then I'm going to move it over and I'm going to score it at 1 1/4. Okay, so I've got my card base. And then I'm going to take my designer series paper. I'm just going to cut them both at the same time. And I am going to be cutting this at 1 inch because both of these need to be exactly the same. Let's see, I'm trying to decide which side I might want on here. I think I'm going to do this one right here. So I'm going to cut at 1 inch. Okay, we'll set that aside. And I'm going to keep, again, keeping them both together. Let me move this out of my way. There we go. Okay, keeping those together. Now we're going to do 5 1/4. So 1 by 5 1/4 for both patterns. So now I've got 2 strips of designer series paper, 1 by 5 1/4. Okay? And then the last thing that I need to actually cut is a piece of basic white, and it needs to be 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. So 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, I think that's everything I need to cut. So let's see what we can do. So we're going to take, and we're going to do a little bit of stamping. And actually, I'll leave that aside. I'm going to take 2 pieces of cardstock, Early Espresso and Lost Lagoon. And we're going to start with Lost Lagoon. I'm going to stamp my coffee cup. So we'll get that on here. There we go. And then on the Early Espresso, I am going to stamp the coffee. So there's this kind of oval shaped stamp, and it gives the texture of the coffee at the top of your cup. So I'm just going to stick that on here. And then we're going to do some die cutting. So what I'm going to do in order to maybe be able to fit all of this on here on one time through the machine, we're just going to cut these down. And then I'm also going to grab the deckled rectangle. I'm going to use the smallest size. And let's see if it'll fit on that white scrap that I have. Oh, it will. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to take these, and I've got my mini cut and emboss machine. We're going to see if we can do all 3 at the same time. So we'll start here, and I'll put my mug on there, and then I need my dies. We'll grab our dies here, and I'll grab the coffee cup, and I'll grab the little oval. So I can put my coffee cup here. There we go. And then I've got my coffee. And last but not least, I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to tear off some of this excess so that I can fit all 3 on at the same time. Now hopefully, if I can go straight down with my other plate, I can keep these from moving. And hopefully, they'll be lined up when I cut them out. That's always the hope, right? Now, you could always use washi tape, Post-it notes, all sorts of things to hold those down. But I guess I'm just living on the wild side today. All right, so we'll take all of this off of here. Here we go. So we've got our sentiment piece. We've got our little oval. And then I've got my coffee mug. Okay. So we've got those 3 pieces. So what I'm going to start with here first is I'm going to take the oval and I'm just going to adhere it to my coffee mug. So we'll put that right here. Oops, let me move that down just a little bit. There we go. All right, so now it looks like a nice cup of coffee or tea if you like your black tea. And now I can take my early espresso ink and hello there, let's catch up. And we'll stamp, oh, nope, didn't fully ink it. We'll stamp that on our deckled rectangle. I always say it, but I do love photopolymer because you can see through it and you know if you haven't inked it up fully. So it's very helpful to have. Okay, so I'll move those 2 there, and then we have our basic white insert. And with the early espresso, I'm going to stamp some coffee beans. Let's see, stamp them this way. And then there's also a little coffee splatter in here as well. So I'm going to switch over to pecan pie. Okay. And I'll just use this little scrap here because I want to stamp off. I'm going to stamp full strength on my scrap. And then I'll stamp 2nd generation, so to speak, on my card. So then what we have, this was full strength, and then 2nd generation, okay? So it just gives me some nice light texture here on my card insert. Okay, let's close the ink. I know I said I was living on the wild side with my dies, but not with open ink pads. Okay, so let me move all this out of the way so we can be, I think we're ready to work on our card base. So we'll take our card base and I'll go ahead and fold it in half. And then we're going to fold our flap over on itself. So it's kind of a mini Z fold. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tape this down flat. So we're going to put that right there. Okay. And then what I want to do is I want to put my insert on the inside of my card. So I'm going to open this up and I'm going to be putting it over here by the score line, and I'm going to be looking for even borders on 3 sides. So that way I know where to put it. Just like that. Because by doing that, I know that it's going to be hidden inside of my card base. And then I can take my splatter designer series paper. Oh, that Lost Lagoon on the back side is very pretty. And I can just center it here between the front flap and the edge of my card, which leaves the coffee cup to put on the front of the card. So we'll add that one here. There we go. Okay. Now here I need some dimensionals. So we'll dimensionalize our tag and we'll also dimensionalize our coffee cup. Gotta have something popped up on our card, right? All right, so I'm going to stick this right here. We'll put the coffee cup right here. I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and I'm just going to make this a sparkly cup of coffee. So I'm just going to color all the way over the entire early espresso oval. And I know it won't show up super great on camera, But when I post it later, you'll be able to see it on my blog, and you'll see that wink of Stella. But I will add some of these swirl dots. And so we will do, I think I'm going to do the lighter ones here. I'm going to add a couple of them right there, and then I'm going to put one down here. And so here we have our little latte, Latte Love. A little latte is the paper. Latte Love is the bundle. And so here is our card. So a great way to send a note to somebody and say, you know, let's get coffee. Let's get together and have a cup of tea. Whatever it might be that you want to catch up with them, and just send them a little card and let them know that you want to do that. So, all right, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in to Coffee and a Card with a coffee card. I'm thrilled that this set exists, and now that I've opened it, I can foresee a lot of cards coming your way, making with coffee and teacups. So anyways, thanks so much for tuning in to Coffee and a Card today, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Don't forget to encourage one another and build each other up. I'll see you soon.